I love that we're matching.
No, me too. I love that this was unplanned.
This is totally unplanned.
Get ready, it's the new edition. Your favorite morning meditation. Hey, it's me, pardon my success. I'm a hot mess. Pardon my success. Pardon my success. Pardon my success. Pardon my PMSing.
Hey, what's up, you guys? And welcome back to another episode of Pardon My Success. I'm here with Jessica Aquila Cymerman, who is incredible and wonderful and a director, producer, creative. You do it, honestly, acting coach, and very importantly, and just overall amazing human, dog mom.
Dog mom. That is actually my top
First
title,
priority.
and then everything
And
else.
then everything else. No.
Sure.
We're rating. It's like dog mom.
Yeah,
Director.
and then
and the rest.
everything else.
All of
Yeah.
Thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you so much for having me. I am honored to be here. I am very excited about doing this thing, essentially, which is like a live text analysis of a scene, kind of live coaching as we would in the field.
In
sort
the
of,
field.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Because we're in the field.
We're in the field, and this is what I do on like a daily basis, and so yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I'm excited. Okay, well, let's give them a little rundown because you might be starting off our 5th season.
I'm so honored. Oh my God.
So welcome
We're
on.
like first at 5th season.
5th season, first up.
Welcome to the 5th season. We made it to 5.
I know. Is that crazy?
2 years.
2 years of PMS.
You're amazing.
We've been PMSing for so long.
I've been PMSing for half my life.
Literally.
More.
More than
God.
that.
Women go through a lot, you guys.
But we're PMSing.
We're PMSing. So season 5.
Season 5. And so what we're doing this season is we're going to do some little serieses. We're focusing on.
Yes.
So our
concentration.
first, exactly.
Yes.
So our first series of the season is the Aquila Acting Series. Get excited.
Love it.
All of the instructors from the Aquila Studio, which is the acting studio that I do social media for and that Jess
Teaches that
and
coach out of.
does all these things.
Yeah.
They are all going to be coming on, and each one of us are going to sit down, chat a little bit about their background, how we got here, how their coaching styles differ.
Yeah.
And then we're actually going to see firsthand a little bit of the coaching styles happening in action. So Jess picked a scene and a play for us to actually work on together. I have read the play, but I do not know what scene we're doing. So,
So I switched up the scene on her.
which is fine.
Which might mimic what could happen to you in an audition room.
Exactly.
Could come in for one scene and they could be like, hey, we actually want you to read for another character. Can you go outside, prepare it, and come back?
Yep.
So this is, for all intents and purposes, cold.
Cold.
Yes.
Cold.
Yes.
So
Although the character, just not, where we are. So we'll be talking about like what brings us into this scene, what's happening in this scene.
which is very important for the Adler technique, which the studio specifies.
Yeah. I mean, that's the technique that we focus on.
Yes.
At the studio.
Anyway, well, Deb, your mother, who founded the studio, who will also be coming on the podcast, very exciting. Deb Aquila of the Aquila Studio of Jessica Aquila. She studied under Stella Adler.
Yes, at NYU.
Who mother of acting. So we get to actually have real firsthand conversations about the imagination technique and everything like that.
And building a backstory and all of the,
sociological.
all of the principles of backstory. Yes.
And we know them and we talk about them.
And we talk about them for the character, and then we apply them to the scenes,
Exactly.
to the behavior and the choices and all those beautiful buzzwords.
Yes, exactly. And so we're doing all of this basically to show you all of the different kinds of specific uniquenesses that a coach can bring to you, as well as all of the different classes that are taught.
Yeah.
You can find all of that. It's going to be linked below. Go see. Jess teaches with Aina a breaking it down course that
It's Monday night.
acting classes are very important if you are trying to be an actor, if you are trying to perform, if you are somebody who is struggling with public speaking. There are just so many good things to acting classes.
They make you a better person. It makes you a more empathetic person, really. I fully think that. And then even if you've been to drama school and even if you've trained, acting classes just keep you warm. They keep you frosty, keep you on your toes. This is a muscle, and like all muscles, it needs to be worked out. We have this idea in society that musicians need to practice practice and artists need to sketch every day. Why don't actors work out every day? You know what I mean?
You do need to.
You need to practice.
Yeah. Exactly.
So, you
So
know,
we're doing it.
we're practicing.
So go practice. But I wanted to ask you.
Yes.
When did you first realize that you wanted to be in storytelling?
Oh my God. That's okay. So that is like a huge question. I mean, other than having grown up kind of in this world, right? You know, I was a theater rat. Like I grew up going to the theater. And then, you know, it's so funny. As a little kid, I was a painter. And yes, and I still paint, but it's like, you know, my focus is more directing, but I was always telling stories through different mediums, you know, and I found the theater in high school and musical theater to be exact. Yes, I am a huge Sondheim head.
Yeah.
Like, I just got bitten by the bug. Yeah.
Me too.
Yeah. And it's just magical. And, you know, for like a little squishy teenage baby heart, you know, you're just like, oh my God, this is life. Started pursuing that as well as the painting. And then by the time I got to my undergrad, I was like, oh, you know what? I think I can combine both of these mediums of storytelling into directing.
Yeah.
And like from my second year of undergrad on, I was directing theater. Yeah. And then I went and did my master's in theater and all of that. So like storytelling has always been a part of like how I grew up.
What was it like growing up, like in the industry?
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, it was crazy. I grew up pretty much, my mom worked at Paramount for the first time for like 14 years. So I grew up on that lot. I learned how to drive on one of those little golf carts, you know, like that was my little sister was in the like daycare that was on the lot. I would spend my summers on that lot when I wasn't at camp, you know, like it was bananas. You know, what's so funny is I remember like watching tapes with my mom, like, oh, I like that guy. I don't like that guy. Like, you know, watching auditions, not knowing what I was talking about, you know. And then, of course, when I had summers, you know, off in college and stuff, I would come into the office. I would be the recording person during like auditions.
Wow, that's
so I
cool.
I'd be in the room with the most magic people and magical performances. And I'm so grateful to have witnessed it from that perspective, because the energy in a room when you're like, that girl nailed it, like the room is buzzing, the room like vibrates. It was cool. It was very cool.
Did you ever feel like you had an option outside of entertainment?
Yeah, I mean, painting for a long time was it. I was going to be the visual artist. Now, my dad is an amazing painter as well, but he is also a cinematographer and a teacher. I did kind of want to go in a different direction. I certainly chose theater directing to train in as opposed to film directing so that I could distance myself a little bit. I did my master's overseas in Scotland. Shout out to the Royal Conservatoire of Scotland, where I met Aina. Many claps. I kind of distanced myself from LA for a little bit, for a long time. I was like, everybody here is doing film and TV. You know, I'm going to go do theater. I'm going to be artsy. I'm going to go do theater and like painting. And so, you know, so I kind of cut my teeth in the theater and then, of course, came crawling back. No matter when you think you're out, they drag you back in.
I'm like dying at the fact that like, in a creative family already, you're like, I'm going away from this.
Right.
I am going to be even more of an artist.
Yeah, to go do
theater.
I wasn't like, I'm going to go do business.
Yeah, it's not like,
I'm
going to become a doctor.
Right. No, my rebellion was theater as opposed to film and TV.
And I love that.
Yeah. My sister's a lawyer.
Wow,
so
she
did it.
She escaped.
She did it.
She saw everything else.
And she was like, bye-bye. I want to make money.
Stability.
She's a public defender. She's doing like the real work.
Wow.
For like real. I know.
She is doing the real work.
She's doing the real work.
Good for her. So, okay, now you're in Scotland. You're directing. What was that like? America versus Europe?
Oh my God. Yeah. I mean, European theater obviously is older.
Yeah.
And it's right. And it's
more respectable.
It's where we learned all our stuff. That was the original place. And then everything kind of came over here. Yep. The original place of like Western theater, I would say, because we also have like South American theater and we also have, you know, Eastern.
They're doing all the operas. Crazy out there.
Oh my God. We have so much to learn from Asian theater. And
the OG straight plays, I feel like.
The straight play, the kitchen sink plays, the Ibsens, the Strindbergs, the Chekhovs. You know what I mean? Like, right, exactly. If you want to talk about the origin of naturalism and realism, Europe. Yeah. And so Scotland was bananas. I learned so so much. We worked with new playwrights. I worked with actors of all different levels and all different backgrounds. So I learned how to tailor my language to meet an actor where they're at. And that's really, really, really important. And then also I had a meeting last night with a director who brilliantly was like, you also have to be inspired by what that actor's bringing to the table as well, especially if you've written the script, which I'm kind of doing now, like in my own work. If you've cast them, let them inspire some of the language, and you've cast them for a reason. They're going to bring something to the table, which is what this work hopefully inspires and empowers actors to do. You are your own department head. Inspire the rest of the other department heads. You have to come to a project filled with ideas and filled with like an interpretation of your character already. Then we can all kind of find it together again. Just being surrounded by that history and all of these different styles of theater that we studied was amazing. The theater I went to go see was incredible in the West End and up in Scotland. And then we did the Edinburgh Fringe Festival.
You've also mentioned the fact that in this program, you guys had to learn all of the different styles. And also like you had to act and you had to learn.
Yeah.
So like, what was that kind of like?
Oh God, I'm a terrible actor.
Have you ever wanted to be an actor?
No. No. I mean, maybe for like a second in high school where I was like, musical theater. I was like, I want to be the aunt.
Yeah.
No, and that very quickly died. Very, very quickly, because I actually have horrible stage fright.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
That's great though, because then you understand
what I'm asking. I know firsthand how hard this is. This is hard. What you guys do is hard. And that's why, like, not everybody can do it. On the other side of that spectrum, anybody can if they work at it. You know what I mean? It's a little bit of like a ratatouille. Like, anybody can cook. Yeah. But you have to work at it. It's not just like I roll out of bed and I can like play King Lear. No. But yeah, no, I had to act. We did a lot of like what they call modules, like 6 to 8 weeks of doing Shakespeare or doing the Greeks.
Yeah.
Or oh my God. The crazy, crazy classics where it's just life and death at every moment. The stakes are always so high and you're exhausted. Movement-based stuff.
All the breath work stuff that you do is incredible. I love that. Jess teaches like amazing like body scanning, breath work, box breathing stuff that I literally was like traveling abroad, texting her, being like, using my box breathing skills right now. I'm so stressed.
Yeah, it helps you for just daily life too.
What would you say your directing style and maybe coaching style is because of that?
Ooh, that's interesting. There are two different answers to that, because there's the way that I direct actors and how I speak to people and how we find something together. And then there's like style of like what I'm looking for and like what it ends up being and all that stuff. My style for how I approach it was very much affected by that school. True collaboration with actors, trying to encourage actors to follow their impulses, based on what we've talked about. I'm not necessarily interested in puppeteering, move here on this line, especially early on. That's not what interests me. What interests me is finding all of this together. And that certainly was born of that training. And then my style, in terms of what I am drawn to, the angry woman. I don't know why. Nothing feeds me more than like a woman in crisis, than a woman formed, a woman like blowing up her life. I want to know the manicness of a character really going through something and freaking out, and like how do we just explode everything, and then how do we kind of put the pieces back together? Because when you explode everything, that's how you see everything.
Yeah, almost like your purse. You're looking for things and you can't figure it out, and then you have to like dump it out or explode everything. You have to get to such a drastic point.
Yes, we are taught by society to hold it together for the sake of the other, because we are nurturers. Keep the peace, and you're kind of keeping it together for yourself so that you can take care of everybody else.
It feels like almost a huge act of selfishness.
Yes,
but it's like you had to have been pushed to it.
It was necessary. Yes, somehow. Yes. Yeah. And I kind of really love those. I love the Hedda Gabblers. I love the Noras. And these people tearing at the walls of their life,
the yellow wallpaper.
Oh my God, I love the yellow wallpaper. Oh my God.
So good.
When did we have to read that? Like 13 or 14?
I think it was freshman year.
Yeah. Yes. Freshman year. I was like, oh God, you know what like really touched me when I was like a teenager, and I was like, oh my God, this is heavy. I'm like, we are clawing at the walls of our friggin' lives, and it's so nuts. I was listening to a podcast about how they used to use arsenic in house paint and wall paint. Yes. And it's the same stuff, like the chemicals that they used in the glue of like top hats, and what created like the Mad Hatter, and like, people were going crazy because of, but anyway, they used to paint on wallpaper with arsenic lace.
She actually
might have just been going crazy. She could have actually just been inhaling the fumes, or they were labeling her as hysterical because she was just a woman on her period or something.
So
you know what I mean?
If we're being honest, I have had times where I am emotionally overwhelmed.
Yes.
And decide to undertake some home improvement.
Oh my God. Yes.
End up hysterically crying. And make wallpaper.
See?
Do you know why these are hearts, you guys? It was supposed to be an entire wallpaper of pink and it ripped. While I was putting it up I did not search how to put up wallpaper.
No, wallpaper is some of the most stressful to put up.
I cried.
Yeah. No. You got to get somebody in.
Zach,
you got to task rabbit that. No. Oh, no, that's a really good way to get into a fight.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, we did. He was like, why wouldn't you have Googled this?
Yes. Yeah, because you can do it yourself. Because women put it inside and we say we can do it ourselves and we can handle it and we are not going to ask for help. I know what I'm doing.
I've read the yellow wallpaper. I know how wallpaper works.
I know how wallpaper works. You get lost inside of it, right? That's how wallpaper works.
And I did. Yeah. I got lost in the sauce. So,
although I will say, I think a whole wall with this might have been a little overwhelming.
No, it would have.
Yeah,
you're right.
Yeah,
I
love it.
It worked.
I've been actually really admiring.
Oh my God, thank you. What would you say kind of sets you apart in your acting coaching ways?
Ooh, okay, that's a good one. God, what differentiates me? A lot of acting coaches, a lot of people who are coaches get into this because they are also actors, and so that they can work with other actors. I am not, and I think that's first and foremost a differentiation. But I like to empower the actor about what do you bring to this? How do you know this person? So my first question always is, talk to me about this person.
Yeah.
When you were reading it, what about her jumped out at you from the page? And you were like, oh, I know her. So to me, it's starting with the actor and not directing the scene. Because so much of this coaching is about teaching a technique or doing an audition, right? So I coach people weekly that are just wanting to continuously study, or people call me and say, hey, let's do a tape.
Do you do coaching like before the tapes and then you do like the reading?
And then we do, yes.
That's really cool.
And I coach on and teach on and tape on Zoom too. I tape on Zoom all the time.
That's so helpful.
Yeah. It works either way, where I record you on Zoom, or if you have a setup like what May has here beautifully.
You're filming it.
So you're filming it, but then I'm just your reader. Obviously, I do it both ways.
That's so great.
Yeah.
Amazing. Everyone, see what you can do. See, this is what really sets you apart as a director and as an acting coach, is that you can literally direct while
they're taping. Yes, exactly. For the frame and for what they're doing, because everything's on tape now. Everything's on Zoom. Literally everything is a tape. I don't know when we're going to go back into the room,
I feel like everyone's gotten to a point where it's like, this could have been an email.
Yes. It can always be an email.
We've all realized it could have always been
an email. But then we never would have seen anybody for like the past 20 years.
No,
and I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, if I'm honest. Would we be where we are right now if that was the guy? I don't know. Who knows?
I'm not sure. Other thoughts about the state of the industry?
No, not a thought. Not a thought.
Not
a single thought.
Then perfect. My last question for you before we start workshopping. What is a piece of advice that you have to young aspiring creators?
Oh my God. Okay, so to actors, to anyone.
Young actors, young directives, young creatives, people that are starting in the industry. You can specify if you would like. To actors.
I love this. Yeah. To everybody, to creative storytellers who are starting. Just do it. Yeah. You learn by doing. Yeah. There is no theory in the world that you can study that will teach you what you need to know, both about yourself and your level of discipline and work ethic and what you need to improve upon, and about how things work on the outside, than just starting. So just begin. And I'm saying that to myself too. Every damn day I say it to myself. Get a group of people together, write something, make something for cheap, do it. Yeah. Do it quick and dirty. Do it when you're not ready. Beg, borrow, and steal. Do it with your friends. Do it with people you trust. And do it with no pressure, and do it just for fun and to tell stories and because you love it. And the second you stop loving it, stop doing it. Take a break.
Do something else.
And do something that fuels you, then come back to it. Yeah, if you've fallen out of love with something, come back to it.
Any other advice to youngins before we move on?
Oh my God. Yeah, no, train wherever you possibly can. Every single teacher out there is just another tool to add to your toolbox.
Yes.
There is no better or worse than the other, as long as you're doing things safely and you're not hurting yourself. Every technique that is out there has some merits. So keep your mind and hearts open. Yeah.
I also just noticed that your hair clip is an olive.
It's an olive.
And I just really needed everyone to know that.
Thank you. Okay, so this play is called A Kid Like Jake by Daniel Pearle.
Yes.
Alex is Jake's mom, and Greg is Jake's dad.
Correct.
And we are going to be doing the scene where they're in their apartment, and Jake has just taken his ERBs.
Oh, I remember this. Yes.
And so the whole kind of premise of the play is that Jake is 4 years old. His dad's a therapist, and his mom is an ex-lawyer who's
Been very overstressed and over anxious about Jake and specifically his admissions to kindergarten classes.
Yes.
This is happened in 2012. Originally, we did this play in the intensive that I was working at. But at the time when I was reading with somebody else, I'm pretty sure Dad was talking about like she's so anxious and frustrating and impatient, and she's trying to get him into a good private school in utero. And in my brain, I thought to myself, well, that's when you have to.
That's when you have to.
Literally.
And she knows that.
Yeah. So
I know.
Actually,
everybody's kind of attacking her in that way, but she is completely justified. And to play her, you have to think that she's completely justified.
The way that I am like, she's
completely justified in her anxiety about this.
She's also going through a lot. There's a lot going on.
She's going through a lot, which we will get into.
She's had multiple miscarriages prior to having Jake, and now she is pregnant again.
She's pregnant again at this point in the play. Oh, Jake, this was written in 2012. He loves Disney princesses, and he likes dressing up in dresses and skirts, and he loves fairy tales and just a little bit more of the binary feminine in a traditional gender role sense things in life. And his teacher and the principal are commenting on this.
And his principal is the one who is like recommending him to all of these kindergartens and things.
Yes.
And is sitting down with the parents and saying things like, there's a better chance for him to get into schools if you mention
this.
He likes girly
things. Exactly. And, it's getting to the schools.
Pressure on the parents and what they think they should do for their son.
But he's 4. So, then the question is, are you too young to be put in a box? And Alex, that's something that she's really struggling with because her main argument is, I don't want to put him in a box. Yes. Theoretically, if you say you are this,
he's gonna
think
that he is that.
Yes. And be stuck there even if he
isn't.
Doesn't want it.
It's just that he likes these things, and who cares right now?
Exactly. That's the play in a nutshell. My question that I always ask, what about her are you drawn to and that you relate to and that you see?
There is a point where Greg says, well, didn't you hear what they said? Frustrating, impatient, aggressive. Who does that remind you of? It's not me. Obviously it's you.
And these are the things that Jake is exhibiting. He's acting out.
He's acting out, and he's acting like his mother. And you're this anxious, and you're basically putting this on him, and he's acting like you.
Yes.
Since we did this, I got so stressed because I was like, oh my God, I am a very anxious, impatient, potentially frustrating.
Yeah.
Potentially slightly sometimes aggressive person.
But all the most interesting women are.
I did have a moment where I got oh my God, this could be me.
When I read this play, I thought the exact same thing.
And it was very worrying.
It's very worrying. I mean, I'm only a dog mom, as are you, a dog and cat mom.
Yes.
And
I'm worried I stress them out too.
I literally parent them like this. If there's any exhibiting of whatever, we're going straight to the doctor. They need enrichment. They need
cognitive toys.
They need cognitive toys. They need puzzles.
Yes.
They need, they need sniff walks.
Jess bought a mask for her dog.
During the fires.
During the fires.
We were near the Altadena fires.
When you told me this, I was like,
if I'm wearing a mask outside, so is my daughter. I'm sorry. She has 4 legs. I only have 2. She's breathing heavier than I am on these walks. And bless her little heart, she didn't try to take it off. She was so sweet.
No, but as a real human, I'm worried that
it will be worse.
Oh yeah,
with a human child.
I need to do a lot of meditating.
Same.
I need to send myself out.
Well, and that's why my partner is the Greg in this situation. I would imagine that
Zach is much more chill.
Yeah,
he's very grounded.
And there's a reason we've chosen these partners that are
the opposite,
so that they can talk us down. However, when the stakes are too high,
calming just makes you worse.
It makes you worse.
It makes you worse.
And what if I calm down, and what if
the bad thing
happens? Yeah, because I wasn't vigilant. And I think that's exactly what Alex is going through.
Exactly.
If I'm not going to be vigilant enough, he is not going to get into the K through 12 school that I need him to get through, and his whole future is going to be ruined.
He won't get to college, he won't get a job, blah, 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 blah,
and he'll blame us forever. We blame our parents because they talk about that as well.
Yeah, how her mom always is going to think she's a failure no matter what happens.
Let's talk about that actually, because that's relevant. So the difference between you and your brother in your parents' eyes.
Yeah.
Talk to me.
Yeah. Oh my God. That is so silly. So Tom was the perfect child.
Mm-hmm.
He is the sweetest, gentlest, most humble, kind, beautiful human. Like, you can't hate him.
But which makes him even more perfect.
Which makes him more annoying. So
Yeah.
then I very much accepted and took upon myself the rebellious black sheep. My dad's a retired Navy captain, a lawyer, and a deacon in the Catholic Church, and my mom's
Love
from
this.
China.
Yeah.
So that was a lot.
And being the child of an immigrant as well, and you the pressure.
There's so much happening. Tom is such a pleaser. He's like, oh my God, whatever we need, like, we're keeping the peace. And I'm like, actually, I don't agree. I don't think I need it.
Which is why you became a lawyer.
Exactly.
I mean,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
I love this. What? Go ahead. You weren't talking about the character. You're talking about yourself.
I was talking about the character.
You were talking about the character the whole time. Oh my God. I was like, you've built so much.
And I was
This
like,
is so beautiful.
That is why I became.
That is why I became a lawyer. That is hilarious.
Yeah.
You really do share a lot of things with
I
her.
have a brother.
She has a brother. Yes. Is she talking about her brother? And this is why we read the play multiple times.
Wow.
You read the play more than once. No, I love this. This is part of it, though. This is part of it.
I read it 1.5
Yes,
times.
no, I love it. I love it. No, that's hilarious and amazing. So here's the thing. While I don't believe in substitution, I do believe in empathy.
Yes.
And I do believe that you can empathize with her
I do.
tenfold.
Yeah.
Tenfold. Because I just thought you had built all of this
Yes.
for
I did.
For her.
I did.
Yeah, well, I was like, you
probably-
named him. She never names her brother in the play. And so I was like, you named your brother.
I did.
This is amazing.
Has no relation or at all similarities to my real life brother, Tom Fields.
Tom Fields, who we've just, sure. So there you go. But you actually kind of hit the nail on the head. So this tells me how, like, ingrained.
Yes. No,
It's deeply ingrained in you.
Method. Method.
Which we don't teach at studio. This is I'm not method acting. Not method acting.
There's a lot. I'm acting right now.
Here it is. You've gone so far you're on the other side, full circle
Yep.
to the imagination. Yeah, that's all it is. But I love making your mom Chinese, making your mom like, but do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
How much
Pressure.
would
All
that put? Exactly. And it's something, I'm going to steal something that Aina might actually bring to this, which is because he is from Ireland, he's Irish. And so all of his characters have an Irish background or have to somehow build in some sort of, because to look at him, he's Irish. You know what I mean? And the accent there,
Irish
looking man that you'll ever see. Yeah. Like
they enlarged.
so he was like made by a committee, like looking Irish.
Yeah.
So, so he kind of can't get away from that. And so that is something that he offers to our students and people we coach and people that we work with as well in terms of backstory, where it's like, add it to your backstory. So let's just give it a read with everything that we've talked about and just kind of let the words do the heavy lifting.
He's so relieved.
Well, I told you he'd be fine.
And you were right. And I want to say thank you for your excellent genes.
Oh, so I had something to do with it? I mean, you're the one coaching.
I'm serious. I think we both should be very proud.
Oh, this is kind of sick.
What?
Jake aces his ERBs and suddenly we want to have sex?
That's fair.
Hey, I was kidding.
You complain I never instigate. I try instigating and you make fun of me.
No, I said it's always on your terms, which usually means my instigating and you.
Well, God, I've been nauseous for 3 weeks.
No, I know.
So I'm finally feeling better. I thought maybe.
I'm just tired, all right? And it's nauseated, by the way. You feel nauseated, not nauseous. Nauseous is like the thing that makes you sick. Just don't want you losing point.
Okay, well.
Look, I'm sorry.
No, that's some kind of foreplay. Correcting my grammar.
No, I need to tell you something, and I don't want you to freak out.
What?
I mean, it's nothing bad. Don't worry.
So, tell me.
Well, today at Trevor, during his group play date or whatever.
You said it went well.
It did go well, but there might have been a small incident.
And you're telling me now? I asked.
I didn't want to bring it up in front of him, okay? He was upset.
Well, what happened?
Okay, so They had Jake with 7 or 8 other applicants. They took them all into a playroom with some current students, kindergartners, for some kind of unstructured playtime to observe.
I know how it works.
And I wasn't allowed to watch, so I didn't see, but a woman in charge came and talked to me afterward. Apparently, Jake had made friends with one of the girls in his group. And at some point, one of the boys overheard what they were saying. And this boy told some other boy who started teasing Jake.
Another applicant?
I don't know.
She didn't say?
No, she just said it happened very fast. And before she could get in the middle, Jake had sort of shoved the kid. I guess he fell.
Wait, Jake shoved him?
They knew he was being teased, all right? They weren't blaming Jake. Apparently, the kid has a history, behavior problems.
So he is an enrolled student.
What? I guess. Look, the woman was actually very sweet. I think she was a little embarrassed. Well, she was sort of dancing around what had happened. She kept talking about his creative role play. And suddenly I realized, oh God, she's not sure how to tell me my son was, well, like the Little Mermaid, it turns out. The point is, after it happened, she sat them all down and gave them all a talk about respectful behavior. And she encouraged Jake to use his words if he was angry.
Well, he couldn't talk.
Well, I guess not.
No, I mean, the Little Mermaid loses her voice. She can't talk for half the movie.
Oh.
That didn't occur to you?
No, it didn't.
Jesus.
You're mad at me?
Well, now they're going to think he's got anger issues or doesn't know how to communicate his feelings. I should have taken it.
Oh, okay, thanks.
I'm not saying it's your fault.
Because it's not.
Well, it's just frustrating because you were so adamant about doing it.
I was not adamant. I offered.
No, you said I was in a state. You said he'd smell my tension.
That was a joke. And I'm sorry, I thought we agreed to keep your stress levels to a minimum.
Yeah, and I'd be less stressed if it hadn't happened.
Allie, I wasn't even in the room.
Well, it's not good. It's a red flag. They're looking for anything. Shit.
Somehow, I was a little more concerned about Jake than how it might affect his chances.
Excuse me?
Maybe we've gotten things a little backward.
Hey, that is not fair. My being concerned with his chances is being concerned for Jake.
So, as we know, a lot of scripts are doing this lately where the slash means that we're overlapping, right? So sometimes you actually have to go at like a half speed. Get this,
the slash,
right?
Yes.
And then we can speed up once we've got it down. Do you want to try it?
Yeah.
What, Jake aces his ERBs and suddenly you want to have sex?
Oh, that's not fair.
No, yeah, I was kidding.
You complain I never instigate. I try instigating, and you make fun.
Oh, no, I said it was always on your terms, which usually means my instigating and
Well,
you.
God, I've been nauseous for 3 weeks
No,
straight.
I know.
I'm finally feeling better. I thought maybe...
I'm just tired, all right?
Oh, come on. You're not that tired.
And it's nauseated, by the way. You feel nauseated, not nauseous. Nauseous is like the thing that makes you sick. She's so unbelievably tightly wound and stressed and right? And resentful of Jake. And he's the thing that means the most to her in the world. But at the same time, he is her biggest stressor.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
So much happening. All of this in a 4-page scene.
Yeah.
A 4-page scene.
Alex is obviously a very, very anxious person, and she's like a perfectionist, and everything has to be a very certain way.
Do you remember what she says about when they put Jake in her arms for the first time and she had him for that night?
My life has begun.
So she pours all of that lawyer energy, all of those skills, everything into him.
She has no life of her own. No hobbies, nothing. It's like your hobbies are micromanaging his life.
Yes.
And he's only 4.
And he's only 4. And that must be so pressureful on him.
Yeah.
And however her feelings are about him wanting to be a girl or whatever it is, or if he's going through a phase, it is reflected back on her self-worth.
When I was in my meditative state, as Alex earlier today tells us so often to do.
This is a meditative process.
I was like, I feel like there's a part of her that's like, he likes these things and he exhibits these things because he wants to be like me.
Oh, that's beautiful.
It's not that he wants to be a girl. He loves me.
Yeah.
As he should.
I love this.
That's a kid like Jake.
That's a kid like Jake. We did it. That was so great. And like such beautiful work, like embodying her and committing to the stakes right now. Cause that's the hardest thing is like, we're sitting on this beautiful comfy couch. We're not in the environment. We haven't just experienced all of it. But the ability to dip in and tap into what she's dealing with and the stakes that she's going through and just let it rip.
Yeah.
Is beautiful and important. Yeah. You have to let your imagination take over. You meditated about her. You let yourself get into what she's going through.
I came up with her whole backstory.
Yeah. That you created.
Very detailed.
Yes. You built her whole creative backstory. Yeah.
Very original. I love this. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
So beautiful and wonderful.
Yay! Yes.
Everyone go sign up for all of Jess's sessions and acting Zooms and classes.
Breaking It Down Monday nights, 6 to 10. And you can come audit as well.
Yes.
Just just to like observe the class and see how Aina and I teach together. And every instructor at the studio also independently coaches just like this. So hit us up. We're here.
Also, if you email the office admin at theaquilastudio.com, it's just
everything.
If you have any questions about signups or anything like that.
And everything's on our website as well, all the different classes and all the different like days and times that they meet. And
follow us on social media because I run it all.
Yes. And what she does is incredible and beautiful and wonderful. And you can see all of our instructors and you can see what the intensive look like. You can see what our classes look like.
And you'll see this.
Yeah.
Great.
Yay.
Yay. Thank you guys so much. I love you.
I love you.
I love you. It's so much fun. I love you all. And I will see you all next week.
Bye.
Are you PMSing?